Andre, thank you for those kind words earlier. I enjoy working with you. Your trainings are always so interesting. Well, to gain a better understanding of racial implicit bias, it is important to further our understanding of the brain. We will be discussing the impact the limbic brain and the reptile brain have on the schemas and paradigms we build. We will also address how and why they have a tendency to create blind spots, prejudice, and bias. The reptilian, the core of the brain. It is responsible for instant pattern recognition, it has no discernment, and survival at all cost, it major response to life. This part of the brain is the oldest in terms of our human evolution. It is the old brain. Controls the body's vital functions such as heart rate, breathing, body temperature and balance. Our reptilian brain includes the main structures found in a reptile's brain, the brainstem and the cerebellum. The reptilian brain is reliable but tends to be somewhat rigid and compulsive. The limbic brain, the second oldest part of our brain. The limbic brain emerged in the first mammals. It can record memories of behaviors that produced agreeable and disagreeable experiences, so it is responsible for what are called emotions in human beings. The main structures of the limbic brain are the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the hypothalamus. The limbic brain is the seat of the value judgments that we make, often unconsciously, that exert such a strong influence on our behavior. The neocortex first assumed importance in primates and culminated in the human brain with its two large cerebral hemispheres that play such a dominant role. These hemispheres have been responsible for the development of human language, abstract thought, imagination, and consciousness. The neocortex is flexible and has almost infinite learning abilities. The neocortex is also what has enabled human cultures to develop. The amygdala receives direct input from all sensory organs, enabling it to respond rapidly to immediate threats in advance of more elaborative cognitive processing. It plays a central role in arousal, attentiveness, and triggering the flight or fight response, reacting to social threats in exactly the same way it reacts to physical ones. Unconscious bias, then, is the immediate, reflexive, defensive reaction to the other. Stereotyping, on the other hand, represents the cognitive component of social bias. It is the deliberate conceptual linking of social groups to a particular set of perceived inherent and immutable qualities, a process known as essentializing. This involves the encoding and storage of stereotypical concepts and their application in judgments and behaviors. As such, it employs a different neural network from that of the snap judgments of prejudice and incorporates structures in the cerebral cortex that support conscious thought and semantic memory. This mirrors the idea, developed in psychologist Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking, Fast and Slow, that we have two systems of thinking, one that is fast, intuitive and impressionistic, and one that is slow, deliberate and systematic. Reptilian brain is automatic and efficient, but it's in a hurry and prone to mistakes. It seeks to quickly identify patterns, a skill that has been key to human survival and evolution. But in doing so, it jumps to conclusions of causality based upon even the sketchiest of information, and tries to interpret scant input by creating a narrative, however flawed it may be. The neocortex, thinking, on the other hand, seeks to test concepts and detect complexity and nuance. The attentive limbic brain is who we think we are, wrote Kahneman. Limbic brain articulates judgments and makes choices, but often endorses or rationalizes ideas and feelings that were generated by the reptilian brain. So, although prejudice and stereotyping are rooted in largely distinct neural systems roughly comparable to the reptilian brain and the limbic brain, the two act in concert with their effects converging in cognition and behavior. That means, among other things, that unconscious bias can cause our higher-order thinking to malfunction.